And after days of speculations about the health status of the president's chief of staff, the Minister of Health confirms that an aide in the president's office has tested positive for COVID-19. But will that affect the executive arm's fight against this pandemic? Find out on the program. And we take a deeper look at the emergency economic stimulus bill, which was passed by the House of Representatives to ease the financial burden on Nigerians at this very critical time. How many Nigerians will this affect, and what more needs to be done? Those are the big questions tonight. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Kyari, sitting in for Seun Okimbaloye. Well, we'll begin with the latest figures of the confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. The Bauchi State Ministry of Health this evening confirmed an additional case of the coronavirus in this state. And this brings the state's total to 2 and the national total to 52. The second case is a 62-year-old male who, according to reports, is a close friend of the governor, Bala Mohammed, who had tested positive for the virus on Tuesday. The Commissioner of Health, Dr. Aliyu Megoro, says out of 48 samples taken, 2 have been confirmed positive. 37 returned negative, while results of 9 samples are still pending. But we'll bring you the latest on those pending cases the moment they're out. So there you have it, a confirmation of the current cases in the country. Currently, Lagos has 32 cases, FCT 10, Ogun 3, Ekiti 1, Oyo 1, Edo 1, Bauchi 2, Osun 1, and Rivers 1. 49 of them are described as active, 2 have been discharged, and 1 recorded death. Well, meanwhile, the Minister of Health, Dr. Osagie Ehanire, held a briefing today after holding off for 2 days. And at that briefing, which had very few media houses in attendance, no thanks to social distancing, some key issues were touched on. Maybe not fully, but at least some light was shed on them. For one, the Minister of Health confirmed that indeed an aide to President Muhammadu Buhari tested positive for coronavirus and is being treated at one of the facilities in the country, but he did not disclose the identity of the patient. So as of now, there's been no official confirmation or denial of the reports that the Chief of Staff to the President may have tested positive. The minister also warned against self-medication and cautions against the use of chloroquine. Listen in.
Treatment in a secure facility does not need category 4 treatment. It requires only a general medical treatment. The contact tracing has been very efficiently done, and I'll use the opportunity to also tell you that there are what you call close contacts, and there's also what you call casual contact, and there's what you call distant contact. Distant contact is a no contact. Like this gentleman, like you and me now, is like no contact. Okay? Okay, there's casual contact that maybe you shook hands. And then there's close contact when you sat together head to head and had a conversation or a long conversation or whatever. So you differentiate between those ones. So if you're looking at the casual contact and also the distant contact, if you call it that way, maybe we just see each other from a distance, those ones are not critical. So those contacts have been done and the tests have been carried out. We use a test kit that is sanctioned, approved, and in fact, to a large extent, supplied by the World Health Organization. So it's approved, and we insist on that. There are many, many, many vendors who are offering us test kit from here, from left, from right. We use WHO accredited test kit because the result you get has to be reliable, and it has to be dependable. It has to meet all the criteria for protecting our citizens.
Well, let's shift our attention to other matters making the rounds in the political scene in the country. And here's our political roundup.
The killings of about 29 security personnel by bandits in Galadima, Kogo in Shiroro local government area of Niger State seems no longer a secret as Governor Abubakar Bello condemns the attack. It was earlier gathered from close sources that the troop who were on a special operation in Shiroro local government area of the state on Sunday had fallen into an ambush laid by the bandits who opened fire on them, killing 11 military men, 17 mobile policemen, and 1 personnel of the local vigilante. A federal high court sitting in Lagos has granted a post-conviction bail to a former Abia State Commissioner for Finance, Ude Udeago, who was convicted of 7.6 billion naira fraud alongside former Governor Dr. Ojizo Kalu. Justice Mohammed Liman granted bail to Udeago in the sum of 50 million on the grounds of ill health and chronic tuberculosis. According to the judge, tuberculosis is a dangerous disease which can easily affect the older inmates of the correctional facility. Ondo State Governor, Mr. Olarotimi Akeredolu, has tested negative to COVID-19. Mr. Akeredolu, who was said to have willingly offered to be tested on Wednesday morning after one of his earlier contacts had been confirmed to be positive. In a press statement by the State's Commissioner of Information and Orientation, Mr. Donald Ojogo, Governor Akeredolu is also encouraging all residents of the state to continue to be vigilant and adhere strictly to all regulations put in place to see to the end of this debilitating pandemic.